Hey everybody, welcome to eTrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Hollywood Rack's destination bike rack for 4 bikes on our 2020 Chevy Colorado. Now as you can see, this is going to be a great way of getting those bikes for the entire family or some of our friends on the road with us and doing it in a nice, efficient way. Taking a look here, you can see we do have some frame contact, so if you are looking for a way of getting those carbon frame bikes on the road with you, unfortunately, this will not be the best option for you as our frame will deteriorate since we have pressure on that frame. And with a 35-pound weight capacity per bike, we're going to get most of our standard mountain bikes up on here, but definitely not going to be having those e-bikes up on here. Those big, heavy, fat tire bikes probably going to be exceeding that weight, so to be sure we are checking our weight limits as we get them up on here. However, because this is so versatile, we are going to be fitting most of those women's, kid bikes, and even those step-throughs with how this center mass system works, and we'll jump into that in a little bit. So, a very versatile system and a great way of getting 4 bikes on the trail with us. Taking a look at the very end here, we do have some reflectors here, and I like pointing those out right away because they are not very standard on a lot of the bike racks out there. So it's nice that that's been included. It just lets the drivers know behind us where our bike rack is. And especially on this 4-bike version, as you can see, we are adding a lot of length to our vehicle. So the further out we can get, the more we want to let people know where we are. So it's great that those are on there. Taking a look at the Cradle themselves, and see we're getting pretty nice support throughout the whole thing. It looks pretty extended, but it's a very durable frame as well. And then taking a look at the Cradles, we can see we just have a simple plastic strap system here. It's just going to simply ratchet down through this lever, tightening on here. And you can see we have a nice little padding for our wheel rims actually. So that's going to be doing a good job making sure we're not damaging those wheels as we tighten this down. And the Cradles themselves, you can see, going to get a nice inner groove there for those standard tires. Our mountain bike can be fitting on here. And even some of those bigger tires you can see. But definitely not going to be getting anything crazy up on here. Going to be doing a nice job. The only thing I could see being an issue, a little bit of water buildup inside of here. However, we do have a put away feature that's hopefully going to eliminate any kind of water buildup once we have it in its storage position. Taking a look at the arm here too. We can see if I undo this guy real quick and give you a quick little show and tell. As you can see, this arm is going to be pivoting up here. And a great thing about that as well, you can see these ratcheting arms here can be doing a good job of actually turning however we need to actually accommodate our frame. So if we had a horizontal frame, going to be doing a good job of holding that down. As we mentioned before, those step throughs, we're going to be able to hold down here, up here, and a diagonal. So very versatile. I really like this about it. A little rubber padding on the top too to make sure we're not damaging anything as we go down the road. And very easy to secure that with our strap to hold it in as we move. So I really like how easy those are to move. So let's go ahead and pop this guy off, see how hard it is to maneuver. So we want to just start with those straps as we talked about before, popping that lever out like so. Another great thing I like about these guys, they have these little kind of open hooks here. Great for a finger to go through to really kind of tighten that down, especially if our hands are cold. You know, we've been out on the road for a long time. It can be a real bother trying to pinch those straps. So it's nice if we can just loop it right through, get a nice good tug, and make sure we are secured. Because we want to make sure our bikes are safe as we're going down the road. So anything to help us with that is definitely going to be great for us. Go ahead and tuck those straps away. Now here's might start getting a little issue just because this is a little bit of a longer rack. It's a little harder to get in here, but we can definitely just come up to the side, make sure that we're getting an arm through here so our vehicle isn't going to be damaged by our bike tilting into it, making sure we have a nice secure hold on our bike. It's not going to be going anywhere. And then we can actually just kind of go ahead, hold it again, grabbing our end here, and then we can just simply walk it up like so, walk it off to the side. Multitude of ways of getting that bike off of there. However, anything we can do to make it simple is going to be nice in the long run. Give me a second here as I set this bike down, guys. Very, very easy to use, you can see, and now we're ready to ride. Now, as I mentioned before, this mast does go down, as you can see, and that's very, very simple to do. So on the inside here, we do see this lever bar support. As you can see, that's actually going to support on this mast, taking out all that play for us. And all we have to do is untighten this knob like so, going counterclockwise. That's going to expose this bar right here, allowing that lever, as you can see, to fly back like so. Go ahead and retighten this down just so it doesn't fall off as we transport it. And then a great thing to do with these guys too, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and stick them down here. Now this can be a little jiggly as we're moving down the road, and we definitely make sure we're not damaging our rack or having this fly up, doing it itself, breaking it. So a great easy way is to simply take this extra strap on our other side, throwing it through the arms themselves, and securing it like so. As you can see, you can be doing a good job of keeping that nice and condensed, not going to be flopping around. Now let's go ahead and see how this looks with our tailgate on this Colorado. As you can see, I think we might have just a little bit of contact here with that rubber pad. Yep, looks like right here. Again, just actually on that rubber stripping. However, we're not getting any kind of contact with our frame, so it's nice. Don't think we're going to have any issues there. Yep, just on that rubber stripping. So going to be nice for us to actually get in here, get those coolers out, and we can actually access the back of our truck bed. So definitely something we're going to do. Now we don't have to fight with this inner wall here. We can just bring it down, lower our tailgate, which is going to be great for us using that Colorado. Now with any hitch-mounted accessory, we are going to add some length to our vehicle, so it's important to keep in mind just how much. And with 4 bikes on our platform style, we definitely are adding a little bit of length here. So going from the rear of the bumper here all the way to the end, we'll go ahead and add a 1/2 inch for that little cutout I'm resting on. If it'll cooperate with me, there we go. And at 40.5 inches, so 41 inches, we're definitely adding a little bit of length to our vehicle. We already are in a longer truck. However, we are getting 4 bikes and a nice stable platform for ourselves. So definitely going to be nice if we can do that. However, we do have a way of actually condensing this length down. On the inside here, you can see we just have this simple clip right here through this pin. So that's going to be our first step of removing this. And on this other side, we do have a torque knob here. We're just going to go ahead and loosen it out. It's got a little bit of inner threads in there. Then you're going to find a certain point where it's not going to be threaded anymore. And that's going to be doing a good job of making sure that's nice and secure. That safety strap, going to let it hang like so. And then we can gently walk this up. Now, walking it up all the way is going to be a little bit too far. So we're going to want to come down here. And there actually are going to be lines, some holes to align. So you can see right here. And then we just kind of want to wiggle that mass back and forth till we find it. And like so, we go ahead and start torquing this down. So very easy to get that put away function. Not as easy as like some of those lever systems you see out there, but definitely not too much a hassle. The torque knob, very easy to utilize, giving a lot of good contact on there. So I don't think we're going to have any issues with cold hands or anything like that. Definitely going to be very, very easy to use. So already shaving down a lot of that length. So let's go ahead and take a quick look here. Looks like our flanges are going to line up just with our mast here. So at 14.25 inches, definitely going to be saving a lot of room. Almost 30 inches already. So it's very nice that we can go ahead and shorten that down. Hopefully now we can get this in the garage or really get a lot of maneuverability when we want to start parking this at the trailhead. So that makes it really nice for us. And take a look at the inside just to give us a quick idea of how much space we are saving. Looks to be about 7 inches to the back of this. So definitely not going to have any issues with making contact. And like we said, I make sure those straps are holding those center mass in so we're not banging against our vehicle. So great that those straps have a lot of uses as well. Another important dimension to keep in mind is our clearance to the ground. Now we are going to be up in the Colorado. We have a pretty good rise in our shank here, so I don't think we're going to have too many issues, but as those front wheels go up, the back will go down. And taking a look at 19.25 inches to the bottom, I definitely don't think we're going to have any issues, but if we are off-roading or we got a very, very steep incline, it's just always something to keep in the back of our minds. So definitely not going to have any issues there. And moving our way down, we do have a 2-inch receiver here. As you can see, that is going to fit our 2-inch hitches. And we do have an included anti-rattle threaded hitch bolt here. That's going to be doing a good job as that tightens down. Going to get our frame in line with our receiver. And as you can see, doing a good job of keeping it all in line, shaking the entire vehicle. That's going to make for a nice smooth ride for ourselves and our bikes, making our bike rack even that much more stable. So anything we can do to cut down on that friction is going to help us in the long run. And on the other end here too, we do have Hollywood racks included locking core here. As you can see, doing a good job of securing our rack to our vehicle. So it can give us that peace of mind as we leave it, that it will be staying here with us today. So again, very simple way of getting our bike racks on the road with us. I don't think you can really beat the 4 bikes that you're getting for here, especially for the entry point of this model. You know, you're not getting all those bells and whistles on some of the higher ends. However, you are getting a lot of good contact. We know we're going to be securing our pieces. It's going to be very nice for us. A little bit of low on the weight capacity. However, it's going to do great for us on those standard and those mountain bike tires. Well, I think that about does it for a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4 bike rack on our 2020 Chevy Colorado. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.
Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on, and see how it holds up.